Hands down my favorite coin, not surprisingly, in this entire auction is lot 5699, the 1804 silver dollar. It's a Class 1, it's original, and it's graded Proof 62 by both PCGS and NGC. What I mean by that is the coin is in a PCGS holder, but NGC has also graded the coin Proof 62. So if you prefer to have it in an NGC holder, maybe that matches your collection better, NGC would be more than happy to reholder it in their Proof 62 holder. What that tells me is that this coin is unquestionably a lovely, original Proof 62 specimen, given the fact that the experts, the two leading grading services, have both given it the same grade. This is the Mickley Hahn Queller specimen, having belonged to David Queller and Reed Hahn, both people who I know very well. Mickley, of course, was about 100 years ago, so I didn't know him. There's many important U.S. coins, but only one king, and the king is what they call the 1804 dollar. The nickname is fitting, as the first silver dollars dated 1804, called Class 1 or originals, were struck for royalty as diplomatic gifts. Most denominations in these presentation sets were dated 1834, but the silver dollar had not been struck for many years. Researchers at the Mint showed that the last year for silver dollars was 1804, and today we know that those coins were made from dies of earlier years. The Mint, unaware of this, made new dies for 1804 silver dollars and struck them, creating this monumental rarity. Two Class 1 dollars were presented in their sets to the Sultan of Muscat and to the King of Siam, adding to the royal nature of this coin. Two more intended for the emperors of Cochin China and Japan went undelivered with the death of the U.S. envoy Edmund Roberts. These coins, the ones that were never given to those world leaders, were returned to the State Department and later released. 4 spares were placed in the Mint cabinet. Jacob Eckfeldt and William Dubois published an engraving of an 1804 dollar in an 1842 manual alerting collectors to the coin's existence. Matthew Stickney, a very famous collector of the time, was the first to obtain one in 1843, famously trading the unique Immune Columbia piece in gold, among other items for it. Famous numismatist Joseph Mickley might have seen an 1804 dollar even earlier on a mint visit in May 1841. He had to wait many years, though, before adding one to his collection, which began when he wanted to get a cent from 1799, the year of his birth. Mickley's ownership is only part of this coin's long and impressive history. According to 19th century sources, Henry C. Young, a teller at the Bank of Pennsylvania, pulled this 1804 dollar from a bank deposit around 1850, thereby making sure that the coin never reached circulation. By 1858, Mickley owned the coin, and it was the pride of his collection, as it would be the pride of anyone's collection. In 1867, Mickley sold his collection at auction, which included the 1804 dollar. After a couple of short stops with dealers, same things that happened today, it was sold to William Sumner Appleton in 1868. He held the coin until his death and bequeathed his collection to the Massachusetts Historical Society, which received it in 1905. The Society should have been thrilled to have the coin, but unfortunately they were unable to display it without worrying about theft and increased insurance costs, same thing that museums worry about today. The Massachusetts Historical Society then sold the coin in 1970. After a brief stop with an unnamed Chicago collector, Texas businessman and friend of mine and of so many of ours, Reed Hahn, who is near and dear to our heart and who we just heard from recently when he heard this coin was coming back on the market, and called us to tell us how enjoyable it was for him to have owned this coin. Reed Hahn purchased the coin in 1974. He then sold it in 1993, so he had a good 20 years of having it be the cornerstone, the absolute highlight of his collection. In 1993, it was purchased by our other friend David Queller for the Queller family collection. And David Queller then owned it until 2008, when Heritage offered the Queller family collection of silver dollars. Also, the most recent auction appearance of a Class 1 1804 dollar saw this coin sold to the owner of the Greensboro collection. The Mickley Hahn Queller 1804 Class 1 dollar is the cornerstone of the amazing, impressive Greensboro collection, which we are now selling Part 4 of. Of 8 Class 1 1804 dollars, 3 are held in museums, and they're not being sold anytime soon. Auction appearances are infrequent and incredibly unpredictable. An opportunity like this may not come again for years. If you take a look, you see that these coins stayed 15, 20 years on average. This is really a unique opportunity with the sale of the Greensboro collection for this coin to come back onto the market. And I think that anyone who acquires this coin for their collection, this will be the star of the collection. This will be the coin that your collection is known for. And when you go to sell the collection, this will be the catalog cover, just like it is today for Greensboro and just like it was for past collectors for the last 150 years.